Welcome, listeners, to another edition of Podcast 17. This is episode 184. I am your host, William, and with me today is Vic, as usual.
Hello.
And
Well, this time I have an image.
yes,
Cool.
that's true. Yeah, he's instead of him being the random Google Plus guy.
Angry man not looking at you for the entire podcast.
And also is Patrick.
Hello.
Your first video episode, finally. You've been gone for so long.
I know. Busy.
What's your excuse, Patrick?
University, and on my Easter break forgot to bring my webcam and my headset, so
Yeah, that.
they gave me a 3-week hiatus. That's the first time I think you've announced me like after someone else, because it's always like, oh, Patrick's here again. But
I know it's because you're a rarity now, so
Yeah.
I save the new ones for last.
I'm
Right?
like a
You know what I mean?
unicorn.
Have you ever heard that Irish song? It's about unicorns and Noah's Ark.
What?
What? I got for Easter. I got this like Irish compilation of like Irish drinking songs because I like Irish drinking songs like.
What you do?
Like Black Velvet Band. Anyway, and there's one about unicorns, and the reason why unicorns don't exist is because they were too busy playing in the rain when Noah went to go take all the animals to safety from Noah's Ark.
So,
It's
so
like,
unicorns
don't
are
you
stupid
forget
fucking
my
idiots.
unicorn. It's like it's a drinking song.
The hell?
So you can
Wait a
blame Noah
minute,
for
Vic
that.
just added me as a friend. Did you fucking delete me on Steam?
No, I never had you on Steam.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Never mind.
All right, let's get into the show. And next week, I just want to say that we're gonna have some keys to give away, so stay tuned for that. It's for Deep Black Reloaded. You can check out the site there at buyart.com and take a look at the website. We're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna have some keys to give away, and it's gonna be fun. It might be through Steam gifts. We're not sure yet. But it looks like a really neat game. We're gonna have like 5 of those keys to give away, so look forward to that next week. And follow up on errata. Last week I said that I was gonna do a follow up on errata of the Forgotten Ones, which is like this horror. So get this. This is a summary. You are Grobuska Vladinov, a Nazi detective who has been tracking down retired Nazi officers who are still breathing freely. His family got executed during the Second World War, and he recently found out who did it. His name is Dr. Schnitzel and lives deep inside the forest swastika in Germany.
Dr. Schnitzel.
So I did a Let's Play of this on our YouTube page. You can check it out. It's a terrible mod. It's funny to watch though. It's really bad.
It's bad?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
That's a shame. I was hoping it was cool.
I got really excited to play it, because it looks
Yeah,
pretty
same.
shitty.
Well, it's like from somebody told me. I think it was Glenn or somebody. Somebody told me that that it was like really cheesy and hammy, but that's not necessarily
Yeah, I
bad.
kind of told you that as well.
Yeah, that's not necessarily bad, but this is bad. It was really terribly produced. You can check out my Let's Play. It's on our YouTube channel, Podcast 17. Sorry, not podcast. YouTube.com user the Podcast 17, and there's the Let's Play. It was only about 20 minutes long, really. And yeah, it wasn't that great, but you can check it out still. You can download it if you want.
If you want to subject yourself to
Yeah.
unimaginable
Sure.
pain, suffering.
Sure. Okay,
And
so
I do.
what's that?
I do love to do that. I play James Bond Bloodstone.
Oh man.
I haven't even heard of that game.
It's by Bizarre Creations, and I think they're the guy who do Project Gotham, aren't they?
Possibly.
I
No,
think.
I
But
did hear about it, and that's more than enough for me.
and the race and the driving sections are fucking terrible. And I was like, didn't you guys make like a good racing game? Like, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent.
Okay.
This is what happens when I'm on the podcast. I just talk shit about what I want to talk about.
Also, in follow-up on errata, just a reminder: the Planet Phillips 6x10 mapping competition event. We're gonna remind you every week so that we can get more entries to this. But I don't think it started yet. I think it starts in May. The first entry is in May. You can check out the full details. Basically, what it is, if you haven't been following along. The event will consist of 6 competitions, and each competition will start on the first Friday of each month, and you have 10 days to finish the competition. So it's like a quick 6 competition run. I mean, it spans 6 months, but you only have 10 days per competition, and each one will be themed. The first one starts on May the 4th. That's Jedi Day.
Is it?
Did I know?
Yeah, May the 4th be with you.
Oh.
I
get it.
That's Jedi Day. Anyway. He's got a competition one up here, but still no clues yet. The only thing, I don't know if this is a clue, but it says you must be aching with anticipation. Be still your beating heart. Maybe you have to do a horror thing. I don't know if that's a clue.
Maybe if you've got like a heart disease, you're kind of better at this activity.
So it's 6 competitions. It ends October 14th and starts May 4th. And we will, of course, remind you when it gets started. But you still have a little bit more time to at least get your hammer all set up, get yourself all warmed up, and that's next week, really, right? So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. All right, let's jump into From the Mouth of Valve. Vic, you want to take it away? I don't know if there's anything that.
CS?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Why not?
So, big interview, very big interview, done by the 7-Day Cooldown podcast with Gabe Newell.
Oh yeah.
A lot of good stuff came out of that interview. And following the interview itself, Gabe emailed one of the hosts and told him that the CSGO SDK would be in beta in about a week. And they're expecting a lot of community favorite maps to appear through that CSGO SDK, which is also going to add some Steam Workshop features.
Which is cool. That's going to be like really the
Yeah.
first time we're going to see Steam
really
Workshop.
awesome.
Yeah, for map deployment.
So
It's awesome.
the SDK itself is probably going to be more or less the same SDK we've kind of come to expect from Valve. It's going to be the Hammer editor.
Mhm.
I actually talked this out with Czech. But yeah, it's pretty good news. I mean, I was always worried that the lack of an SDK would be a problem. It's good to see that Valve is taking some steps towards rectifying that.
Looks like they're pushing it out right quickly, right? Did you say a date on this or?
This coming Friday. That's
Cool.
going to be the SDK.
That's
And
pretty
this far, any mappers wanted to build up some custom maps would have to use the Alien Storm SDK, which
Right.
was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Apart from that, there were the update, the big weekly update wasn't very big. It was just kind of a bunch of bug fixes, balance changes, not some big stuff, but some changes to recoil and tracers, which kind of makes gameplay a bit better. But again, it's not a new map or new weapon, so people might not get too excited about that. They also released some heat maps showing, 6.5 million bullets fired by beta testers on DE Train.
It's crazy.
Cool, it's really funny. There's a lot of the map that's actually just no shots anywhere at all. But obviously there's some big spots where there's a lot of heat going on. And they've also got a small recap analysis of the Copenhagen Games. To be more precise, their Counter-Strike tournaments. They had a 1.6 tournament, CSS tournament, and a CSGO tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They also did some data analysis. Valve is really crazy about that for some reason. They love to analyze this data, especially within the CSGO beta. They've got some really interesting statistics comparing pro player performance with public server performance. Actually, quite a bit alike. Some really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it is very similar, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just a few changes in terms of the range at which pro players acquire their targets.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to know though that a life in Counter-Strike is worth $2,400 or $2,800 if you're on a public server.
Yeah.
So your life is worth $2,800 in Counter-Strike.
If you're a valuable player.
If you're thinking of committing suicide tonight, then.
These heat maps are cool though. I hope they do these for all the maps.
Yeah, the heat maps. I was really like, ooh, heat map.
They've been doing these for a while, right? I mean, I think they've.
Oh, I'm sure they've been collecting the statistics
episode
too.
2.
Sure, yeah.
Episode 2, they've been
Oh,
doing
right,
episode. No, they've the feed source, yeah,
Yeah.
even earlier than that.
Mm.
And they've
I'm
done this
hoping
for
they release-
Team Fortress as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a bit. They kind of stopped. Hats sort of acquired all their attention.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to mention real quick because I got the video up. I'm showing off the Skyrim Steam Workshop because this is what you can expect for what's coming for Counter-Strike Go, and when you get your hands on Counter-Strike Go. Basically, what it is you can download stuff straight from Steam into your game, just like you can with Skyrim right now. And the beauty of this is that you can rate them, and that's like my favorite thing. So you can search by most popular or top rated of all time. So you can really just grab the best of the best based on other people's ratings. Whereas, like, if you were to browse the internet for something like this, you'd have to really just go by word of mouth almost. Unless you're allowed a site that rates it yourself. But everything will be here on the Steam Workshop. It's going to be great. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, is there anything else with CSGO on here? Let's see here.
No.
I think that's
really.
it, yeah. Okay, so let's jump into, let me talk a little bit about Dota 2. There's a new hero this week. It's Brewmaster.
Yay!
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, because he's a drunken panda.
Oh, is that the Drunken Panda? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What's his special? Does he do anything, or is he just drunk everywhere?
I think he just pukes on people.
What's the deal? No, I don't know.
A lot of urination.
But Vic and I, we're not Dota fans. If you're just watching
Yeah.
the podcast for the first time, we're not Dota fans.
I'm
but
not either.
But Vic and I were talking before the podcast, and like these Dota updates are sort of a countdown for us for when Valve will move on to something else. Because I checked out the Dota 2 wiki, and I'd say there's about 20 or 30 still unreleased heroes. So they still got a lot of heroes that they need to release into the beta before they're ready to go. And this is our countdown when we can stop talking about Dota
So
and all the heroes
that's kind of like 20 to 30 weeks until release.
Yeah, because they really do like a hero a week, right?
Yeah.
That's a
they
long
definitely do.
time. They can still get a lot more to go.
But CS:GO, the progression towards the release is kind of a bit more abstract
Right.
because they actually have most of the maps, most of the weapons out, so we don't really know when they're going to release that.
Right. For sure. Also in what's next in Valve news?
Dota 2
more Dota 2
free to
stuff.
play.
Yeah, Dota 2 is going to be free to play. This coming from
Hold it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, this coming from the what is it? The
7-day cooldown.
7-day cooldown podcast again, and Gabe has confirmed that that Dota 2 will be free to play. So that's good.
With a
To be
twist.
fair, there was
With
literally
a twist.
no way they could compete with the other MOBA
No.
games if they didn't go free to play.
No,
in
no, of
some
course.
Exactly.
form.
Of course.
Exactly. I mean, all of them are free to play at this point, so it would have been suicide. They would have been shooting themselves in the foot by
Yeah.
not.
But
going
Heroes
free
of
to
New
play.
Up was forced to, like they started off as a they
So
started
I mean,
off as a
if you don't mind, I'm
$30.
just gonna read from the actual podcast itself.
Yeah.
Kind of give some more detail on that. I'm gonna post up a link to the full transcript. Well, it's not necessarily full, but kind of in the Steam chat. So what Gabe was basically saying is that the issue they're really struggling with regard to doing that free-to-play angle is how does one properly value a player's contributions to the overall community. And if you'll recall from last year, Gabe was talking about this with Develop magazine.
I remember
And,
this, and he wanted to reward
yeah, I
people,
He
and
wants to reward people,
Yeah.
like someone who's doing really well, like tutoring players, teaching players, being cool.
Yeah.
He might be able to play for free, but if someone who's being a total bitch, a drama queen, he's gonna have to pay up.
I just realised the amount of shit I give Dota every time I talk about it on the podcast. I'm going to be paying like fucking £100 to actually want to play the fucking game.
Yeah,
Play
but,
League of Legends today.
Yeah, so he's kind of talking about how with the steps that they've been taking in that direction. Friends list back in 2005 and block list in Left 4 Dead 2 last year. They're basically acknowledging that there's people who you like to play, but there's other people who you would never ever want to encounter in game. So the big problem that they've got is coming up with mechanisms that will sort of recognize that, reward that, or punish that. And they was talking a bit about how they could possibly make this into a unified experience, like how Valve community is sort of united, right? Like someone who's playing Team Fortress 2 is probably playing Dota 2 as well, and he's kind of interested in Half-Life as well.
Unless
So,
you're from Podcast
you have-
17, then you don't play Dota at all.
yeah, more or less. So you could kind of, he's saying that you could create value, inherent value within a service, but just within one game. And that would also benefit someone in a different game. So he basically says you can start to see how the games knit together and how someone who plays Team Fortress 2 can be creating value to someone who's playing Dota 2 or Skyrim through the Steam Workshop. So he's basically saying that individual games on Steam could be dungeons, kind of segregated dungeons of a larger experience. But he's kind of saying that this isn't going to turn Steam into an alternative ARG experience with social network. He's basically comparing it to John Carmack's way of thinking about things. He's saying that it's kind of a legacy of that, and he's basically saying that now they have the horsepower and the experience to figure out how all these experiences might work together and possibly reward that kind of behavior to lead to an overall better experience.
Right. Cool. Looking forward to seeing what happens. But we still don't know anything about CS:GO, right?
It's gonna be paid actually.
Yeah, for sure.
So within the in-game files, there's that.
Oh, right. We talked about this last
demo.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a free demo, and it might be multi-platform. So it's probably going to be a paid release, digital distribution, maybe retail afterwards, because that was the same thing with CSS, right?
Yep.
At first they were kind of Steam only, then later in 2004 they also released it on retail. So it might work that way.
Seeing as it was announced for Xbox Live and PSN, it seemed unlikely they could do a free-to-play model.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they could, but I know it could be risky.
I don't know if
believe-
Microsoft will even let them, really.
Yeah,
That means
definitely.
Microsoft's
Policies
losing most of
that
the
they have on that could be very tricky.
Okay, so let's talk briefly about Left 4 Dead. They did a huge
Briefly.
update. I haven't played the update, but it's just basically bug fixes and everything.
I have I haven't played through exactly, but I've been looking up on forums.
Yeah.
So apparently this is some pretty substantial stuff. Like they've patched out some huge exploits.
Right. That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Nicknamed Jesus spots, places where people could basically go up to and they'd be essentially invincible. So that's a pretty big thing that they're doing. It's good that they're kind of realizing that the Left 4 Dead community has sort of been mistreated over the past couple of months, and they're trying to take some stuff out of the Coldstream DLC and putting it into normal game flow.
They say the Coldstream DLC will include 21 maps in total: Coldstream, Blood Harvest, Crash Course, Dead Air, and Death Toll. But they don't have a release date of that. Do you think that's too much in one DLC? 21 maps.
No, I think it's pretty good. I mean, they're going to be essentially putting in the entire Left 4 Dead 1 game inside Left 4 Dead 2, as well as Coldstream, which I'm hoping is better than it was last time we played it.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
I mean, the original
And
release,
they better put back in the helicopter.
Shit!
Oh, pick you up in a minute. Oh no, shit! There's no reason.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that original unmodified release that came from what's his face, a guy who's now at Arcane.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That was really good, but the modifications that Valve made towards Coldstream afterwards, I never really liked them. They were kind of icky.
Yeah, we never liked them either.
Keep the fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
I still have a post in the Left 4 Dead suggestions forum, which is like, bring it back. If you guys want to go on that.
Alright, so that's in Left 4 Dead. Hopefully we'll be seeing that shortly. Because, I mean, it's well overdue, right? I think people feel really, really cheated by that. I mean, they don't owe us anything, but...
They've been talking about it since, 2010, late 2010.
For sure. It's been a long time.
It's crazy.
Do you remember when they cared about the mutations?
Alright, so...
They're still doing them.
It's insane. Okay, so there's some leftover news here from Valve, just general tits and bits from the rest of the week. Last week we talked about Tim Cook coming to Valve, and this has been denied.
Never went there.
That's right. Gabe Newell denied it. There's no meeting. He denied this also on the 7-day cooldown. In fact, it became such a... According to Gabe, it became such like a rumor that they were internally confused. They weren't sure who was meeting with Tim Cook when it was just a huge rumor to begin with. So that's been smashed. No meeting with the Valve CEO. This has been a really interesting piece of news. This is the Valve Handbook for New Employees. A company called Filter Digital, it's a U.S. West Coast-based vendor of digital staffing solutions, was hired by Valve to create a handbook for their new employees. And Valve has been on this kick over the past couple of weeks, trying to promote their staffing, trying to promote how many people join their group, and trying to tell everybody that they're a very flat-modeled business. So they're working on this handbook, and then we also saw a PDF version of it later on.
Yeah, it was released fully.
Fully, yeah, you can read the whole thing. It's cool. It's really cool.
It's about 75 pages.
Yeah.
It's really well done, and there's also a part where you kind of spot a guy wearing a Half-Life 3 shirt, which is pretty interesting.
Right.
Alongside a Dota 2 guy wearing a Dota 2 t-shirt in the bathroom. He's kind of talking to the other guy, and he's kind of like saying, "I'm trying to piss, leave me alone."
I was kind of expecting it to be just one page saying, "Don't mention episode 3."
No, it's very...
Or you can't work on episode 3, no matter how much you want.
You can pretend that you're a Valve employee and read this whole handbook.
You can print it out, you can super glue wheels to your desk, you can say...
You can pretend you're a Valve employee, that's right.
Yeah. Knife collection.
Jeff Kaiser joined the Valve hardware team, and this sort of goes on with what we were saying earlier, that Valve has been in this employee kick, but they're also looking for more hardware-based people. Jeff Kaiser, I've never heard of him. What's his website like? The Mighty Ohm.
OHM.com.
Yeah, join the resistance, lols.
Yeah, join Resistance. It's really cool. He's kind of like an electronics engineer.
Yeah.
He's skilled with microcontrollers and other stuff that I don't understand how it functions. But yeah, he's hired, and he's actually got his own handbook right now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So check it out. You could follow him on Twitter, and we'll see what comes from him. And lastly, on the Valve news, there was an email sent by Tabor Newsome C.
Great name.
Yeah,
Great
anyway.
name.
He posted an email here that he received from Gabe Newell regarding his plans at E3, and basically Gabe says in this email that we are not announcing Half-Life 3, Portal 3, or Left 4 Dead 3. We are going to be showing off...
really.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
He adds really.
He says really. We're going to be showing some stuff everyone already knows about. CSGO, Dota 2, the 2010 UI.
10 for UI.
Yeah.
But we know about episode 3.
We know about Half-Life 3.
We know about it. So it's going to be there. Rumors.
I don't know. Like, no, this has yet to be confirmed. Really, I mean, you think it's real, right? Though, tell us your story, Vic.
Oh yeah, so Surf, who's the administrator of the Call for Communication Steam group, good friend of mine and a friend of the Steamcast guys.
Yeah.
He went and emailed Gabe, and Gabe told him, yes, it's real. So yeah, I mean, I think Surf is definitely a very trustworthy person. He's a great friend of mine, and he believed this was fake to begin with. So I don't think he'd have any reason to create an email in which it said it was real. But yeah, the thing is that this actual email that Gabe supposedly sent out is still a bit fishy. It's still a bit.
It is very.
He's kind of
stinks.
very candid.
Yeah.
No, he's very candid. He's kind of like saying Half-Life 3 when he's never said that. Like just a couple of days ago, he used a code word for it, Ricochet 2, and now all of a sudden he's going, oh yeah, we're not announcing it. Really, we're gonna show stuff everyone already knows about.
What's up, guys?
Then he mentioned,
Sean.
oh, hey Sean.
We just invited Sean. Sean came late.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue, Vic. Continue, Vic.
Yeah, and then he mentions Dota 2, and the thing is, the last year, they said Dota 2 was not the kind of game that they would show off at E3. It's kind of like a PC Mac exclusive, it's an action RTS. They did say this, and that's why they didn't want to go to E3 last year. So it doesn't really make any sense, does it? I mean, would Gabe really be so needlessly open? It doesn't sound like a style.
I know, and we had this conversation already, Vic. I know Surf is very, very trustworthy. And
Yeah,
I'm not
for
saying
sure.
that. I'm not really saying that he's lying. I don't really know what's up. I still don't really believe any of it. And that's not just
No.
me being hopeful for E3 because I don't even care.
No,
at
I
this
know,
point.
I know. I understand.
It's-
It sounds hinky.
Yeah. But
Believe me.
you're right.
Well,
You
I
made the
don't-
point that if this is real, this is the first time Gabe has used the Half-Life 3 term. You're right.
So no more episode 3, I swear
No,
to
but
God.
it's not confirmed yet.
Come on, man. You're gonna
But
say
why
that
would
every
thing
time.
is, like, I understand that, but why would they? But I don't see why they would like show anything else. Because why they've got several IPs now, going all at once. Why would you throw another in the mix? It's going to be too much.
Well, because Dota 2 is a free-to-play game. I mean, it's kind of completely
Yeah, but it's
different from what they're
Dota.
doing.
That's like massive.
Oh, it's massive, but that exactly. I mean, it's not going to interfere with Half-Life because it's completely
But like,
massive. It's
think
its
about
own
it.
thing.
Think about it. What they're announcing is the biggest like sort of strategy game like ever, arguably one of the biggest competitive games ever, along with one of the biggest competitive first-person shooter games. Two massive IPs to throw in Half-Life as well at E3. I think it's just too much.
They
I
have
think.
completely different focuses and directions. So I basically understand the thing you're saying.
They do,
I
but they
just
don't want
think
to
it's
oversaturate.
reasonable.
They don't
Yeah.
want to oversaturate.
And Valve have been so big at the moment about like branching away from Half-Life. To just
I
put it
wouldn't
back
say
in
that.
there would
I wouldn't
be
say
big,
they've
would
been
be big
branching
thing.
out necessarily. In fact, if anything, Gabe did say that they're still working on it when talking to 7 Day Cooldown.
Yeah, when they were saying
He did say
Ricochet.
they're working on it. He said
I'm
that
not denying they're not working on it. I'm saying is they want to show they're more than a one-trick pony, and they're really like.
they've been more
driven
than
with
one
that.
trick pony since 2007. So I don't think we can
Oh,
still say that.
yeah, but I still think there's that sort of certain mindset that Valve is just having.
Yeah, it's still kind of their flagship.
Within the company, I think there is still.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah,
the
that's
thing
true.
is that 2012 is kind of more or less the last year that people are going to seriously give a fuck. You know, I mean, 2013 comes around, people are going to be like, yeah, Half-Life.
Yeah, and it's gonna turn into Duke Nukem Forever, where everybody makes
It's
a
going to
joke
turn
out
to
of
Duke
it.
Nukem Forever,
Yeah.
and it's just
It's
going to be
sad.
pointless at this point. So I would say that more or less it's 2012 or bust. I don't know.
I think
would say
2013
for sure, Vic,
they'll make
for
a
sure.
big deal of the free.
No, whether the email is fake or whether it was a lie from Gabe doesn't matter. But the core thing is that I think Gabe, the whole Half-Life thing is really starting to slip at this point.
Me too. I totally agree. And I was having this conversation before. I've just been finding other games that really interest me over the past couple of
Yeah.
weeks, and I'm just at the point where I'm unfazed by what happens at E3 because there's so many more interesting things going on in the game development community. Like for me,
Exactly.
Arma 3
Yep.
is coming out
Yep.
at E3, the community alpha. And like that has me ultimately more excited than anything else. So I don't know. They're slipping and they need to do something fast. But you're right, Patrick, they can't oversaturate. So what do they do?
I will put my money on it. It'll be 2013. They'll announce something, and then I'll make a big deal because it's a free in 2013. That's
Probably.
my bet. That's my bet.
Probably. I agree with you, dude.
Thanks, Sean.
Well, it's like
I looked
don't-
here because he's here on the hangout, but it will look ridiculous on the stream. Where is he? There?
He's over to your left.
Yeah,
Your other side. There you go.
Patrick's to my left.
Yeah, and I'm looking
So-
towards Sean.
Brady Bunch.
So, I totally agree with you guys. I think it's gonna be till like 2013 till something comes out for Half-Life 2 or 3. Jesus. And then when the time it does come out, people are gonna be like, I've moved on. No, I've already found my new drug.
It's almost been a decade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too long.
Does Valve really expect us to wait this long and just maintain a constant supply of interest?
They could have said,
That's it, Vic. That's
oh,
it.
hey,
Yeah, for sure. They
we're
might
developing something.
they might expect us to wait this long because they owe us nothing, but they can't expect us to continue our interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to
Exactly.
need one hell of a marketing campaign to bring in new fans, though, after the wait.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe this time around they'll get console gamers for once.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
Maybe.
we have console
To be
gaming.
They
fair,
attempted
the
that with
console-
Orange
Left
Box.
4 Dead console is like got quite a big following.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
it does.
Releases and updates. No More Room in Hell Beta 1.04 was released. I took a look at the changelog here. Nothing crazy. There's a lot of fixes and changes and modifications. They did add NMS Isolated, which is that community map from Lou Sapphire, which we've talked
It's
about.
it's based off
Dawn of the Dead.
what's it called?
Or
Dawn
Night
of
of
the
the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
And John and I had a
Nero.
huge argument about that in a past episode.
John, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, not much to expect other than fixes and patches and all sorts of really cool stuff. Check it out, give it a download. No More Room in Hell is definitely a really, really fun zombie mod for the Source game.
For those of you who can install mods, it's on Desura.
It is on Desura, that's correct.
It's one of the good ones that are always updated on Desura.
Yeah. And here's
I can
something that Patrick will be interested in.
Yeah.
Fistful of Frags 3.7 is out.
Oh, I thought you meant Residual Life.
No, not
Oh, I
yet.
meant
No, of course not. Fistful of Frag.
Ricochet?
They included.
Residual.
I think I'm gonna do a follow up on errata Fistful of Frags because I don't think any of us played 3.7. You guys play 3.7?
No.
No,
Maybe
but I
we can
definitely
do a
want
post
to.
show sometime next week.
Yeah, we'll do a post show next week because today's an off day for sure. We'll definitely do a post show next week.
Yeah.
But this includes the new multiplayer AI. They rewrote the AI from the ground up. It's no
Yeah.
longer based on the deathmatch NPCs, which are terrible. They rewrote all the human logic, and there's new multiplayer AI. So that's awesome. Check it out.
REL was awesome, like
Yeah.
to keep this mod going and finding new ways to improve it. Because when he like kind of gave it a hiatus, I thought it was like perfect as it was, and yeah, he's found ways to improve it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the best mods for
There's
Half-Life.
always room for improvement.
So we'll talk about that more next week. Maybe we can get Ariel on the show, and also we're gonna do a post show of it for sure. And lastly, on releases and updates, Residual Life for Half-Life 1. We're gonna follow up on errata this again, but I do want to say that this thing has 8 personal favorites. Look at the ratings there.
Nothing else.
Nothing
Just
else.
8 personal
It's
favorites.
just a pure blue circle.
So hold on a second. This is completely new. This is a full sequel, just released this year, this past month.
Yeah, it was released March 7th, 2012.
It's a released sequel to Residual Point, the big
Yep.
thing.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
This
That's
is really cool. So we're gonna again follow up and errata this for next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna
what
play
was
this
Residual
next week.
It's a Half-Life 1 single, for anybody who doesn't know, it's a Half-Life 1 single-player mod. You play as a scientist going about his day in Black Mesa, suddenly becomes infested with aliens, find any weapons you can to try to reach the surface, watch out for enemies, they come from all around you. So basically it runs concurrently to the Resonance Cascade, only you play as a different scientist trapped in the land
It's
of
kind of a
was a
remake,
sequel?
you know. You kind of go through the exact same events that you go in through Half-Life.
Yep.
That was Residual Point. I don't know about Residual Life, but I think it might be the same thing. You know, kind of the same overall principle. You know, kind of going through Black Mesa.
I thought
But-
that's been out for a while.
No. Residual Point.
Residual Point has been out, but this is a Residual Life. I'm not sure if it's to be honest, I'm not sure if it's a sequel.
I think it's a sequel. It's
yeah.
made by a Korean person, just like the last one.
Yep, that's right. Radiation
They're all the
Studio.
same.
Let's see. I don't know. We can go to their website. Oh my God, it's in Korean.
It's kind of incomprehensible.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm reading here.
Google
The
Translate.
language.
Google Translate.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Please Google Translate.
Modern technology. It's insane.
No, it still didn't really do anything. Anyway, but we're gonna follow up on out of this. I'll do a let's play of this week, and we can talk about it more next week.
So
Check it
back
out.
to Residual Life. There was actually a demo in
yeah, on
2008,
MyDB. Mm-hmm.
Was there?
and there was a deleted map on 2008 in December 17th. So it has been kind of out there for a while, but it looks like it was just finished.
It was just a demo.
Yeah.
It's just been finished.
I thought you meant like it was like a brand new released mod.
Well, yeah, it's kind of brand new. I mean, the only public version 1.0 complete release has only been out for a month.
Awesome.
And, I mean, I think it's just taken a long while.
How did we miss
This guy
this?
likes to take his
It's been out for a month. How did we miss this?
Yeah.
We're
know.
we're a terrible
We,
podcast.
we probably miss a lot of stuff that's not happening on a lot of forums.
That's true too.
Well, Residual Point itself, I mean, the original was kind of in development since 2002.
Yeah.
Just very insane.
Okay, let's jump into Media Blitz. Before I jump on in and say what I want to say, is there anything from you guys?
I made a video.
You made a video, okay,
You
sure.
made a video.
Yes, I made a No More Room in Hell video for the update. I
Oh, did you?
a,
Good.
a post on Mod Informer, so if you go to Mod Informer's homepage, it'll be the first article.
Yep.
And I
Very nice.
posted a little bit about just kind of what I saw about the update and the community spotlight video. And then I kind of made a little funny video at the bottom of the page, and you can watch it. I kind of started off like kind of serious, like I'm doing. I actually did a review for the skin for No More Room in Hell. If you guys didn't know that, there's a skin for it for Steam.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. And it's actually a pretty cool skin. You know, it kind of gives you a little bit more zombie.
There's not enough skins
feeling.
for Steam. There's not enough skins for Steam.
No, and then I'm trying to like broaden my review horizon. So like I was gonna start reviewing skins and game cover art and stuff like that. So I made that video. It's kind of funny, my horrible cheesy humor. You can check it out if you wanna.
Cool.
But that's all I got for Media Blitz.
Anything from you, Vic?
Over at Media Blitz, yeah, I've got For Hire. So this is made by a really talented friend of mine, and this is really cool. So they're basically announcing a new game mode they're going to be doing, Merc Hunters, which is kind of like a series of side missions taking place in a variety of levels where players are going to fight, progressively tougher mercenaries, in a specified time limit. So I guess it's a cross between Terrorist Hunt from Rainbow Six and Mercenaries from Resident Evil. But it's going to be pretty different. So essentially, no NPCs are going to be weaker. But slowly they're going to be getting stronger and stronger. There might be some boss-type enemies. So there's going to be some new maps for this thing. One is going to be called Gun Kanjima.
Yeah, Gun Kanjima. Gun Kanjamiya.
Kanjima.
Kanjima.
Made by the talented Jim Onions of Interlopers.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's also working on porting an unreleased map of his called Frozen. It's out on the mountainside. Pretty crazy. You can pretend you're playing episode 3. They're also going to have another map called Rustland.
Mm-hmm.
Not really set anywhere specific, just kind of something vaguely Russian. Lots of weeds and abandoned buildings.
Just like you, Vic.
Totally.
You're vaguely Russian.
Yeah. Czechoslovakia, Afghanistan, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's really pretty cool. If you're not really following For Hire, you probably should. It's kind of like this tactical, realistic, yet arcade-ish multiplayer cooperative mod. Pretty fancy, but they really need to get a new HUD. They're still using the default Half-Life 2 HUD.
Yeah,
Is it kind of like S-mod style then? Is that sort of mix between
no. It's got more in common with Counter-Strike than S-mod.
Alright.
Okay,
Cool.
Patrick, anything
British
from
too,
you?
by the way. He's British too, Patrick. So it's going to be really cool.
Big ups.
Anything from you, Patrick?
Yeah, actually, there's the Left 4 Dead 2 mod called Life's a Beach, which it caught my eye because
Yes, that's what I do.
yeah, they're doing some reskins and some revoicing of the characters and stuff. So it's not just the map; you get all these reskins together with it as well. And they've done a couple. The first ones here are a 70s smoker, which is a smoker sort of in a tie-dye shirt and red tights and stuff like this. which is
Bell-bottom
quite cool.
jeans.
Yeah, bell bottoms. Yeah, and there's a charger. I'm forgetting the names of these things. I haven't played last.
Yeah, Charger.
Right.
Charger dressed as a fisherman, which is just a bit of a colour reskin, but it's quite it's quite cool. And also there is my favourite, which is a jockey as a lifeguard in the little lifeguard shorts.
He's wearing like the lifeguard shirt. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So keep your eye out. Keep your eye out for this. Also, they're redoing the voice acting for one of their characters, recasting him as an American.
Yeah, you've got a full voice actor cast now.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Which is great. So this is probably one of the big sort of Left 4 Dead 2 mods, maps kind of things you want to keep your eye on, since sort of I Mountains and stuff like that. There hasn't been anything quite as large, and I think Life's a Beach is probably going to be something you should keep your eye on.
I want to talk about Demons vs. Humans. We haven't covered them in a while, actually. They haven't been that active, but they just recently released their April update, which is a video showing off their hand models, animations, and gestures for the demon ability. I'm really looking forward to this mod, and you can check out the full video. They got like a 39-second video on ModDB, but you can check out the full video over on YouTube. So make sure you just click the YouTube link at the bottom there. to see the full and in all its gameplay glory. It looks nice though. It looks like it's really coming together now. The UI is looking a lot better. The models are looking a lot better, and just like I said, the animations and the gestures and everything. So looking forward to it. Back to you, or I guess Sean. Back to you, Sean. Anything?
I've been kind of looking around. Did we talk about Estranged last week? I can't remember if we did.
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Because I did a video for Estranged too, because I was trying to remember if I talked about that at all. But Estranged
Here we go, plugging his website again, plugging his bloody video.
I'm just saying I did a video for people.
No, I'm joking, carry on, mate.
Some gameplay, basically, I don't know, it was kind of cool. There was like some, like it kind of started out, you're like in a ship. It was really atmospheric, and you were kind of just like rocking along, and then you'd crash or something, and you fall out of the ship, and then, I don't know, give it a play. It's kind of really in early stages.
Oh yeah, you know what? Refined. We did talk about this. Remember, Vic? We talked about this. Said we weren't going to play it.
Yep.
Because
I think it's one of those.
What?
It had the here. I'm gonna give you the ModDB post.
It's like back in April, like April 14th. So it was a while ago. It was another one that was a while back.
Yeah, we avoided this, but this was good. You enjoyed it?
I did like it. It seemed like a ton of work was put in when it was in the very beginning.
Oh yeah, this thing. Oh yeah.
But as long as they keep on with that same work ethic through the whole mod, it's gonna be awesome. Okay. I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool. I'm glad you did a Let's Play. I was avoiding it because I didn't want to ruin it for myself. But at least there's a video out there now that people can check out if they want to download it themselves.
Don't watch it.
Can avoid it.
I won't watch it, but.
It's unavoidable. It's imminent.
Vic, anything from you?
Something else? Hold on just a second. I accidentally closed the tab while I was messing around with this range. Yeah, let me... I think, maybe... Wilson Chronicles?
Okay.
So they've got their 4th anniversary. It's been 4 years since they've been working on Wilson Chronicles. Starting off with a big thank you for everyone who's been following us since the first of all steps of development, and those who just came. That's a bit odd, but no. They're proud to announce that the development of the mod is going really fast. They were gonna release, they had a deadline in April 2012, and it is April 2012, but they're gonna push that away, end of the year. So kind of late 2012. It's kind of temporary. They're either going to confirm it or push it even backwards. But they're estimating that kind of the overall state of the mod is like 60%. They've also got 2 versions of the demo.
Yep.
So I'm assuming they've just released version 2. Oh no.
No. It's been out for a while.
Yeah. It's kind of a reminder.
Yeah.
They've also got a touch of new media from the zombie, a scientist zombie, looking pretty good, but the jacket looks a bit odd. Kind of like on him. I like how they had the maw, although it does look a bit suspiciously like Black Mesa Source's maw. So I'm worried about that.
Okay, last link from me is Spiral Game Studios. This is the people who developed Orion Source. They're coming out with their indie game. We were supposed to have a review copy of this right now, actually, but they pushed back the release date. They're planning on releasing the game May 4th. Another May 4th release date. Anyway, and we should be getting our review copies on April 30th, so actually a week from now. So you can look forward to that. We'll be doing a full review of that. Ben and somebody else. Who was it? It wasn't you, Sean, right? I think it was Josh.
No.
It was Josh.
Yeah, probably Josh.
Ben and Josh are going to be doing a review of this, and then we're going to have an interview hopefully with David Prazel. So keep your eyes open for this, and I guess I apologize here for the pushback of the release, but you can watch the video. It looks awesome. It looks really polished, running on...
I'm excited to see it, because,
yeah,
we played it back in the day when it was a Half-Life mod.
Yeah.
I'm really interested, because it's really changed. Like, there's a lot more stuff.
Dino
Change Dorian. Change Dorian.
Yeah.
Don't recognize you anymore.
So, do you know if there's going to be mods for it at all?
Oh, I
wonder.
Well, it's kind of a mod
It
or
is like a
former
kind of
mod.
mod wet dream anyway, isn't it? Like, you know, dinosaurs fighting marines.
Yeah.
Are they gonna have their own engine? Or is it swords?
I think it's on UDK, isn't it?
UDK.
Yeah, UDK.
I think it is on UDK. Okay, discussion. Map
Oh, wait,
Yeah, yes.
one more thing.
Oh, sorry, go Patrick.
Just to say, Pirates, Vikings, and Knights 2, they did a big live dev test of the newest build. So
I didn't
if
know
you
they were
want to
still
check
deving.
out, yeah, they're still updating. So this is another one of my favourite mods for Half-Life. I can just come back and play this any day. So Pirates, Vikings, and Knights 2. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do. They've got 2 new classes that they show off during the playtest. One is Man-at-Arms, which is you know, sort of a guy with a pole arm and stuff like this, and the Sharpshooter, who you know, uses guns and you know, is sort of a fleet-footed kind of guy, not very well armored. You can check that out as well as lots of new maps. It's about an hour and a half of gameplay, so if you want to see what they're up to and what the next build would be, check it out.
Cool. Alrighty, let's jump into the discussion. We got a whole bunch of stuff here from Planet Phillip and then some stuff from Lambda Generation. So starting with
prolific.
So starting with Planet Phillip, MapTap 2 has been released, and basically what this is, it has a built-in browser now. If you don't remember, MapTap allows you to download maps. Like basically you go click to add to MapTap. If you go to Planet Phillip, you want to download a map, you go add to MapTap. It automatically downloads it to MapTap. It installs it, sets it up in the right location, and then you can launch the game straight from MapTap, playing the maps that you want to play.
Straight to the game, straight to the map.
Yeah, and
so you don't have to mess around with console commands.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
messy.
So it has a built-in browser, so you can actually browse Planet Phillip within MapTap. Support for most Half-Life 1 maps. He says some of them might not work, but most of them should. It has a favorite feature, so it allows you to favorite maps, making them easier to find for future use, and an open the folder feature, making it easy to view readmes and screenshots and all sorts of other things. He says there's a few other features, but overall it's a good update. So check it out. Check out the latest version of MapTap. And you can download it straight from Planet Phillip. And just at the top there, the bar, there's a What is MapTap, and you can click download. So
It's awesome.
give it a try.
Has anyone used it?
I've always had.
Yeah, I did use it.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
use it
What
for
do you
most
guys
of
think?
It's really handy.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people are underestimating it. You know, it can take a long while to sort of shuffle stuff around, especially if your computer is a slow piece of shit. You know, MapTap does make it a lot more functional, a lot more easy to do. So, and also has automated Steam restarting, if I recall correctly, and that's really cool.
Yep.
Sweet. I didn't know that.
So I actually have it up on the video right now in my copy of MapTap. So when you browse Planet Phillip, he actually has like a MapTap specific site now, which is like it makes it a little bit more viewable and readable, and then you can actually go ahead and like click a random map or whatever, and it'll bring you right into the Planet Phillip site. So you can download a MapTap, and then it also has an installed section where you can view all your installed maps and go ahead and play them and run them and everything. So it's good.
What I kind of
It's very nifty.
found useful is I was actually using it, and then like I came on just like the browse list or whatever, and I sorted everything like by downloads and like rating, average rating, and I downloaded Aether and played through that the other night, and that was kind of fun. So it's kind of cool to see that and just see how many downloads, really popular mods, really crappy mods. So if I ever want to do the worst 10 Half-Life mods, I know where to go.
Alright, Planet Phillip poll question 271. Should modders give weapons or ammo first? And this is actually an interesting question. Have you ever played a game where you get the ammo before you get the gun? You haven't? You've never played something like that?
I think Half-Life 1 gives
That's
you
true,
shotgun shells shortly before you get the shotgun.
I think so
There's
too.
there's a part in Call of Duty 1 where you're playing as a Russian.
Oh yeah,
And
that was
was
great.
You have to wait in line to get your gun, and you get shoved in line, and all you get is the ammo.
Yeah,
clip,
and you just get the ammo. Yeah.
That was
yeah,
genius.
that's a great.
That was
a
really
great
great.
part of the game. That was when Call of Duty was good. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, those are the days.
2003.
Those are freaking awesome games. I love how immersive those were.
Yeah.
To talk about
I think-
something not Valve for once.
I think ammo first. would be
I think
good.
ammo first is
Okay.
always fun. I think it's so much more
No.
interesting. You're like, oh,
I
I'm
think
getting
it,
it in. This and that.
It means that when you actually get your gun, you can have a bit of ammo. It also adds a bit to the overall atmosphere. You know, you kind of seeing the ammo, and you're like, oh man, the gun is so close, I must get the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
It gets you more.
The biggest dick move is giving you an awesome gun and then not giving you the fucking ammo for it.
Pocket launcher.
Oh, I got a
That
shot!
happened
Fucking
way too
But it's on my
often.
back.
Impulse 201.
Yeah.
Or if
so,
they give you a really good weapon with like a bit of ammo, like not enough to even, you want to save it then, and then you never use it.
the results here are actually 37% say weapons. They would rather have weapons first.
Whoa,
But
I said
31%
give
it
me
doesn't
both.
matter.
why don't these people like good things?
Well, we
Um,
can't have nice things.
Next on Planet Phillip is the 7 Series, 7 things he wishes Steam would allow him to do. And we'll go through these real quick. Number 7, let mods use the images in the libraries like games. I totally agree with that. I think mods
Totally.
are so mishandled on the Steam library. In fact, even when you reboot Steam, if you check your recently played games, your mods aren't there anymore. It's just retailed
I mean,
games.
it's so weird.
Like,
you know,
why?
I mean,
Yeah.
it does. You don't need to restart when you buy a new game, so why do you need to restart when you get a mod? It's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Number 6, leave messages for people that are offline. I totally agree
That
with
is
as well.
so
Totally agree.
freaking annoying that you
Yes.
can't do that.
Yeah.
You're mid-message and they go offline,
Yep.
and it's like, you know, like Steam's having maintenance or something.
Yep.
Ugh.
You have to switch over to Skype.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a homo. Crap, I did. Damn it.
How will they know?
Yeah, you can't even hit enter. It doesn't even let you hit enter.
No.
It's like,
Dicks.
you can't send it. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Number 5, merge Steam with websites. He says, some way to plug in a website in its contents. Imagine if I could use Steam Friends groups as a front end to Planet Phillip. How would that be?
They sort of have that, right?
Yeah,
They
the
have
API exists.
Right.
API exists, but it's really hard to set up. And it's,
API?
Yeah, the API exists for Steam
yeah,
Friends.
Steam OpenID.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep.
Because I've always wanted, like, when I'm away from my home computer and I want to, like, talk to someone that I only have access to them through Steam. You can't, like,
Oh,
go
yeah,
on Steam's
yeah, I agree
website and
that-
access your Steam friends. Which
Yeah.
is really annoying.
Yeah, I'd also like to have, chatting from an online browser.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, yeah,
When
yeah,
I
me
log
too.
into...
Me too.
Yeah,
If
but
it's
it doesn't
such a
bring
simple
that
thing
up.
to do. Wouldn't take much
Just kind of open a little window in the bar. It's like Facebook. But
Yeah,
why-
Facebook has
why?
got its own, like, detached one now. Steam Student.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Number 4, circles, groups, or blocks. There are groups and categories for friends, but I think Philip is looking more towards the social networking sides where he could share things with like certain groups. So when he has a group of
Yeah,
friends,
maybe some liking, some like, give a like. That would be cool.
Yeah. Yep. Number 3 is set a friend's name. He wants to be able to rename his friends. You can do that in Google Docs.
Yes.
But like, yeah, my
Skype-
friends
Skype
always,
as well.
my friends always change their names, and then I'm like, who the fuck are you? I don't. Then you have to like look them up, like aliases. There's the aliases.
Oh,
man,
no.
mine as well.
Yeah.
I've got this guy who keeps changing his fucking name every 2 days. It's so annoying. I don't recognize him anymore.
I just
I'm
checked out
cool.
some random person's aliases, right? And he's changed his name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times in 2 years. Who? Like, why? Anyway.
Get an identity, sir.
Well, it's just hard for people to remember who you are if you keep doing that. Number 2, and he's always complained about this, he wants to be able to give away games away. Imagine if he buys a game,
Yeah.
he starts playing it and hates it. He wants to be able to give it away. Not trade, just give it away as if he's played the game for less than a set period, whether that is a time or a percentage. I understand why he's asking that, but I also see why Valve hasn't done this.
You just can't. You just can't from a business standpoint.
Yeah. It's,
Mm.
I mean, there's companies already complaining that used game sales are ruining the gaming industry.
Yeah, this would be
This
this
would
could be just that secondhand gaming
yeah, only for
on
free.
Steam.
Yeah.
I
And
think
number
that's their problem.
yeah.
I mean, really.
Number 1, he wants to be able to be online, but he doesn't want people to know what he's playing.
This comes from when he pretended he was playing Black Mesa.
I think that's true though. I think there should be a way where you can go gaming invisible because
No, they don't even have an invisible mode. You either go offline
Yeah.
or you're completely online.
exactly. There needs to be some middleman or something, right?
He did that the other day to me. He said, I'll go offline playing Black Mesa Source, see you later, and then just went offline. I was like, can't just leave me with that, can you, Philip, really? A bit rude.
Okay, let's jump into Lambda Generation. We've been talking about.
Oh, we're jumping in.
Did we miss Philip's other article?
Oh, I didn't actually
Yeah.
read it. So.
Oh, did you not?
Did you read
Because he
it?
mentions me in it.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about it.
Let me pull it up a minute.
It's
Just
called
refresh
"The
my
More
memory.
We Play, the Less We Love."
Mm.
This is profound.
Yeah, he talks about a lot of stuff. Oh crap, I can't even remember this article now. All I remember is the bit he talked about me.
Well, he talked about you on podcast 17, where you hated
Yeah,
playing
he
the
mentioned
7-hour war.
he mentioned the episode where I talked about the 7-hour war. And he said, and the way he's phrased it is that I said I didn't think it would make a good game because I knew what the outcome would be.
I agree.
Um,
I agree.
Which I don't. That wasn't exactly my argument in the episode. But his point is still valid. What he's saying about like it's the journey that matters, not the destination. It's the journey, and and he's right with that standpoint. What I said about the 7-hour war is that it would either be a game about losing every battle or a game about mass genocide. Neither is neither's going to work, I don't think, as a product. So that's why I didn't think it would work.
But what argument is he making here? To be honest, I didn't read it, so I don't think we can do this article very good justice.
I definitely give it a read. I did read it, but I read it a couple of days ago and it's completely gone out of my head. I've been scatterbrained because I've only just moved back to uni and all, but yeah. So
his
give that a
conclusion
read.
says, "I don't know."
It's a good article.
Yeah, his conclusion says, "I don't know. What do you think? Is gaming getting less excited as the years go by?" So if you want to read more about that, go ahead and check out Play Out Philip and read the more.
It's a really lengthy editorial, and I think it's really interesting. I've kind of read a bit about it. It goes through a lot of different themes, and overall, I'm gonna read it after this is done.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend it so far.
I just realised at the bottom of the article it says, "Yay, this map is suitable for use with MapTap."
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
he's got that
weird.
on every
Like,
post.
if you want
He
to
also
play
has
the
a-
article in Half-Life, you can do
Yes.
An
that.
art mod. Art mod.
All right, let's jump into Lambda Generation, and this is what we were talking about earlier. With we should have talked about this at the beginning, but overall, this came from the same interview again, the 7-day cool off. And why don't you tell us about
They're
it?
really
Vic?
cool by now. They've been cooling off for a fucking week. It's getting on my nerves.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell us about this, Vic.
I will tell you about this. So, the interview is kind of like 75 minutes long. And from 25 minutes onwards, one of the interviewers asks his final question. It's a tough question, super tough. He says, "It's final question back of all your fans' minds. Everyone's been waiting to ask you this for a long time." He asks, "When can we expect the release of Ricochet 2?" And then Gabe says, and I'm gonna quote him entirely because it's pretty interesting. "In terms of Ricochet 2, we always have this problem that when we talk about things too far in advance, we end up changing our minds as we're going through and developing stuff. So as we're thinking through the giant story arc, which is Ricochet 2, you might get to a point where you're saying something is surprising us in a positive way, and something is surprising us in a negative way. And, we'd like to be super transparent about the future of Ricochet 2. Problem is, we think that the twists and turns we're going through would probably drive people more crazy than just being silent about it until we can be very crisp about what's happening next." Then another interviewer asked a quick follow-up if the horizontal structure of Valve has that had any kind of effect with people moving away from Ricochet 2 and slowing its development down. Gabe says, nope. Everybody who's working on Ricochet 2 continues to work on Ricochet 2. Then he bursts into laughter.
So this is what we were talking about earlier, where he's clearly giving hints about Episode 3 in talking behind the gaze.
Yeah,
of,
it's pretty fucking
Ricochet.
obvious he's talking about Half-Life 3. I mean, Ricochet 2 doesn't even have a story arc,
How do you know? Ricochet 2 might be a fully, have an integrated single player and stuff. Ricochet 2 is going to be fucking huge.
Next Call of Duty.
There are actually people who believe that on the Steam forums. They're going, why is everyone believing this? And on Reddit as well, they've got this huge argument.
People are so stupid.
People yelling at each other because someone thinks it's actually Ricochet 2 that they're talking about. It's insane.
They're just going to rename all the Tron films Ricochet when Ricochet 2 comes out because it'll be so big. Okay, guys? You have no idea.
Ricochet Legacy.
And you got another article up here about could this be one of Valve's wearable prototypes? Tell us about this. I didn't read
Oh yeah.
this, so this is brand new to me.
Yeah, this was kind of, I was all like, oh man, this is gonna make such a big splash, and it fell in water, kind of like a biff, little slow flop. No one really cared. So Toby Watanabe, of Join Dota, one of Dota's more well-known, prolific commentators and casters, recently visited Valve, took a bunch of pictures, the usual stuff, the lobby, the cafeteria.
Yeah.
We've all seen this, but he took a picture of a very interesting thing. And this is a cool thing. So it's kind of like this I don't know how to describe this. It's a box, a console, with this smaller box mounted on it, and it's got a pair of Virtual Boy goggles fixed on it, and it's also got this big tube that they call Def Ray. So I talked to a friend of mine who's actually been doing this kind of stuff at a university. He's saying this might be some sort of virtual reality prototype. He says that those goggles, obviously from the Virtual Boy, you can even see the red carcass on there.
Yeah.
And the tube, the depth rate, might be some sort of high-powered infrared tube used for tracking what a user is looking for goggles. So it's kind of like just a rough guess, but this does seem like some kind of hardware prototype. Obviously, this isn't what they're actually going to release on that distant day, they actually release hardware. Yeah, I don't know. It seems pretty interesting, that they're using the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, new
as a
images
prototype.
from Valve headquarters is good enough for me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And they've also got some Atari arcade machines in the back.
Yeah,
which
you
is
can
pretty
see it
cool.
through the back there, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, and there's a new image of all of Gabe's knives. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Where?
On the same
No, no.
Knives?
Yeah.
Do you
He's
reckon
got
he
a
got that
huge-
collection to fend off people complaining about episode 3?
Yeah, pretty much.
If you come into my office, I have a knife collection.
Wow.
That's a lot of knives.
Wow.
Should we be concerned?
Yeah, we probably should.
That's a lot of knives.
And lastly, from Lambda Generation, you did the evolution of Aztec, another evolution
Finally.
video. I love
Finally.
it. Yeah.
So this is another one of our Evolution Counter-Strike videos. It's pretty neat. This is 5 minutes long. It's the classic D Aztec across 1.6, Condition 0, Source, and Global Offensive. David and I really want to do the earlier versions as well, from 6.5 and Counter-Strike 1.0.
Yep.
But we figured that would have taken way too long within the video itself. It would have made it 7 minutes long or something like that. Didn't do the exact math. But yeah, this is a full comparison, kind of a slideshow of the Aztec.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty well done. We did an okay job.
Some of them are like...
Well, you give him credit. He did an okay job.
Some of them are night and day. It's kind of nice. It's crazy. Damn.
Yeah. There's a lot of people saying that Source looks like utter shit. I kind of had to agree with them.
Yeah.
But Global Offensive, version looks really well done. Lots of foliage, very fancy stuff. We also threw in some music from
Oh yeah, what'd you do
Zach
for the
Bullock.
music? What was it from?
From Zach Bullock, he did the soundtrack for Condition 0.
Oh, cool.
Back when it was being developed at Ritual.
Yeah.
And that was some pretty cool stuff. We were kind of running out of soundtracks at this point, so we're kind of going to start using Global Offensive stuff possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But we still got a bit of stuff to use at this point. So yeah, that's about it. We're probably going to do Office next. Someone's asked us and we were kind of indecisive. We were always thinking that we should get to Nuke and Inferno because those have been in for a while. We were kind of saying that maybe Valve's not done with those yet and it would be kind of silly to do them before they've even done any work on them.
Yep.
Did you know Natural Selection 2, they're one of the community members is actually remaking one of the maps from Natural Selection 1, if you ever played that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, none of the original map makers from Counter-Strike was ever involved in the redesigning of these maps. Not even the guy who did Dust. He didn't get any kind of say. He doesn't work at Valve, really. Which is a shame, really. Personally, I'd hire all these cool guys and have them work on, I don't know, Half-Life, Ricochet 2, and Counter-Strike, obviously. But yeah. Alicia Vasek. Very nice. Whoever made that is a real pro. I mean, yeah.
Okay, and lastly on the show, under discussion, Portal 2, this was tipped by Megafat, and it's a video here by Harry UK. It's called Portal 2, If I Were a Core. It's a parody video of Beyonce's If I Were a Boy.
This is amazing.
It's a turret singing
This
If I
is
Were a
pretty
Core.
crazy. I saw this.
Yeah, I won't play it on the show, but you can check it out and watch it for yourself, because we're just about finished, so you can go check it out right now. But
The music's pretty
yeah.
bad, though. I mean, the actual bass music, like Harry did a really good job, but you can't make Beyonce good. It's impossible.
That's
I mean,
he's not a miracle worker.
So with that said, I think that's another episode of Podcast 17 in the can. Shoutouts go to Durbler, Anaki, Megafat, Ridewick, Soda Player, and Zombie for being slaves to the Overmind. Just want to remind everybody that we are still looking for dedicated reviewers. We still need one more. If you're interested in being a dedicated reviewer, and if you like free games, you can email Gerardo, Gerardo, at podcast17.com, and he'll throw you through the interview process. So with that said, goodbye. We'll see you next week, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Goodbye.
Sayonara,
Adios.
amigos.